Hi, this is Jody with Get Your Face Out There on Air. So glad you can join me in the house. Today I have AmondaRose Igo, and she is high performance speaking, and she's going to give us some tips on how to speak with large audience, engage with small audiences, one-on-one, a few tips here and there, and tell us a little bit about herself. How are you today?
I am great, Jody. So happy I'm here.
I am so glad you're here too, because I know a lot of us out there have had issues with speaking from time to time, whether you're going for a job interview or you have to now talk in front of a large group. I have a hard time myself, even though I host a show. So what initially got you into just, wanting to be a speaker and teach others?
That's a great question, because many people look at me and think that speaking's been easy for me, and it hasn't been. And when I was working as a social worker, and I took a job with a nonprofit organization, and they didn't tell me when I took the job that I'd literally have to speak in front of hundreds of people, and no experience. I was a nervous wreck. I had all the communication challenges, ahs and ums, nervous laughter. I'd giggle after I spoke. It was just a total disaster. And
I'm sure many of us can relate to that for sure.
Here's the thing. I could quit the job.
Yeah, I would have.
Or I could rise to the occasion and then decide that I was going to figure this out. So I started to.
Obviously you did.
I started to do whatever I could to learn the art of speaking. And the beauty of it is it awoke something inside of me that I didn't think was ever possible. I loved it.
You did.
I loved the delivery of it, the art of speaking, as much as I loved the creating the content. And the beauty of it is the organization came to me and they said, we want you to teach everyone to do what you do.
Wow.
So I took a total disaster situation and completely turned it around. And then after 5 years in the position, I really felt that it was my calling to go out and speak. And people
teach others.
And people often ask me, what do you speak on? I'm like, speaking. That's what I speak on.
It doesn't matter what topic.
It is about going out and sharing your message.
Sure.
And being able to monetize that message as well. So speaking in front of groups. So I speak about public speaking.
And then you're engaging with all walks of life, and you're teaching. Well, you learn their story, and then you kind of teach them how to speak in their industry. Is that how it works?
Yes. So
kind of, sort of, in a roundabout way.
So everybody comes to me for different reasons.
Okay.
Some people come to me because they're scared to death of speaking, but they know they have a powerful message to share, maybe a story that they want to reach other people with. They might be struggling in their business, or maybe their business is kind of status quo and they're not going to the next level, and they want to start going out and speaking so that they can get in front of audiences. But also it's not a sales presentation. It's a let me deliver value, show you what I have to offer type situation.
Right, and you want to be able to do it where you're comfortable and you can be you. Because if you're a nervous wreck, you're not really doing anybody any justice. They can't follow. You're not really saying what you want to say, and you're not being, your full potential.
That's right. That's right. And I think all of us have the ability inside of us. It's just not been. It's a training. You think of a Tony Robbins. You think of. You've seen it with presidents, as they've been able to turn around the communication. Well, that didn't just happen. They were trained how to do it.
That's true. And just as a side note, I don't know, it just popped in my head. Presidents were always taught to stand straight and not use. But when you're actually speaking in front of people, they teach actually presidents to use their hands, as I do a lot, and I try not to. I sit on them sometimes.
Are you Italian? Are you Italian?
No, I'm not.
I'm half Italian, so we talk with our hands. Polish. See, the thing with the hands is it should be intentional, right? So if you're talking to a group about, say, something like you continue to have this same pattern over and over again, you're using it for a purpose. I speak from my heart. See, I touched my heart.
Yes.
Make it intentional, so that it's not just flying the hands all over the place.
I don't know if I use my hands because I'm deaf in this ear and hard of hearing in this, and maybe I feel like I'm giving more conviction when I use my hands. I don't know why they flail. I hope I'm doing it with purpose.
Yeah, so I haven't seen you flail.
Okay.
Right? So you haven't been flailing. It's just what I teach my clients is just to make it intentional, to get the habit of making it intentional.
Okay. Makes sense.
And when you're not behind a desk, it's so much easier to use your hands more expressively. So here, if I go open and I open our arms, it's kind of hard. But if I'm in front of an audience and I want to open my hands wide and get the audience to open their arms as well, for an intent, for a purpose, then it makes total sense.
So you work one-on-one, you work with small groups, and you work with audiences?
Yes.
Like large speaking venues is what I'm saying.
So I do a lot of, what I think of when I created my business over a decade ago. I have just built things that I thought made sense for people. So I've always done live events. I love live events because I love to connect with people in person.
I do too, but you're really brave.
There's nothing like that. I do private coaching with people, and I also have online training programs so that anybody, no matter where they are in the world, can get access and can get the help that they need.
And what kind of programs do you offer?
So, for example, online program I have Public Speaking Launchpad, which is the basics of speaking. I have Speaking Success Blueprint, which teaches people how to book speaking opportunities, and which helps them get in front of those audiences that they want.
Everybody wants to share and talk. You need a group of people to talk to.
And then also I have Big Impact and Income Online Bootcamp, and that is really teaching them a template, a system for every single presentation that they do.
Wow.
So that's an 8-week program. That was delivered 8-week live, and those other ones were delivered 4 weeks.
Okay.
So they get the modules for those and the handouts, and they get to hear me work with people live on the training programs.
Well, so you do travel outside to different places, and what's the furthest place you've traveled and the greatest story you've ever had?
The furthest place I traveled?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't traveled personally this far, but I've worked with clients in Australia. That's far.
That's far, down under.
That's far. I also...
You have a superstar client?
I have many superstar clients, and to me, they're all superstars. Because even in my emails, I'll say, "Hey, superstar."
I do too.
Shining star, superstar. That's kind of me. So one of them is my client, Vanessa Shaw. Vanessa was in the UK. She's now living in the United States. She's English.
Okay.
And she had no speaking experience, none whatsoever. And so Vanessa decided that she was going to go out and start speaking to grow her business. She was a coach.
Okay.
And so she had never presented before, and she's like, I need some help. She's smart enough to know that you don't know what you don't know, and to get some help. So Vanessa decided to hire me to work with her on her signature presentation, and I taught her how to book speaking gigs as well for her business, so we write all her speaker marketing. So Vanessa booked a speaking opportunity, and when her first presentation, first one, when she was done, she had a line of 60 people waiting to talk with her. A line of 60. First time.
That's amazing.
Yep. And now speaking is her #1 marketing tool in her business, and she creates hundreds of thousands of dollars using speaking as a way of building her business.
Don't you think some people have a knack for it?
No.
You don't?
No.
You can really help anybody?
Anybody. Because I've worked with people, I think some people are more inclined in the communication abilities.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean that person that can communicate well in one-to-one situation or find that they are presenting and feeling comfortable do it, doesn't mean that they are going to be able to get great business from it. I've seen it over and over again. AmondaRose, I feel like I'm a great presenter. People are telling me they love my talk, but no one's working with me. So
they're not articulate, they're not warm and fuzzy, they don't know what to do.
There's an art to growing your business with speaking. There's an art to sharing your story. There's steps and pieces that all need to go together. From the time you open your mouth to the last thing you said needs to be very intentional and to be purposeful. And so the person that maybe is a little shyer will find that they can be their authentic self and bring the best out of themselves. And the person that feels comfortable doing will actually end up, both of these will end up creating more business and more revenue and more results from their presentations.
Right. That makes perfect sense. And I know there's a lot of you out there that are thinking, I need to call Amanda. So please do so. And what's the best way they can reach you?
Thank you for asking me that.
Welcome.
Yes, you can go to AmondaRose.com. That's spelled AmondaRose, AmondaRose.com. You can also call me toll free at 800-610-9056. That's 800-610-9056. And please feel free to connect with me on social media. I'm easy to find because there's only one AmondaRose, AmondaRose.
And that's easy to remember because she's so sweet and she's going to help you grow your business. So give her a call and reach out to her today. Until next time, everyone, take care of yourself. There's only one you. Bye.